talking about for real. I ain't even gonna sweat no more. I'm gonna go. I'm live now. Better believe it. You talking about? Hey, let me tell you something. Tell me something. Look. He will kill. You know, shit.
Okay.
You, no matter what standard that you live to choose the path of your life that you live.
Yeah.
There are gonna be people out there that hate you and will do something to you.
Yeah.
But guess what? If you got a pure heart,
Well, I like that word. Yeah.
yeah, for every man that hates you, guess what? There's a battalion
That's what.
that fuck with you.
Yeah.
And see you as an asset and not as a liability. They want to keep you around.
Yeah.
And no harm will come to you. Doing this shit right here, I didn't even play. If you was working for them people,
yeah,
and it came across my desk, Cal Henderson was the first person to know about it. Him and the dog man over in China, all of them. See, and I didn't care, because like I say, it's not about me, it's about the dogs and for the betterment of the sport, So this is what happened. The guy get on the phone and went to talking broad, like, oh, where you live? Oh, I'm finna come up and yep. Guess what? That morning, guess where I got a phone call from? I got a phone call from some guys in Chicago. Then my phone went to beeping off. My other phone went to beeping off. I got guys from Baltimore. A couple of guys from Louisiana and Georgia. See? Guy from Oakland, California. And none of these guys never met each other. And guess what? All of them said the same thing. Bro, man, look, man, fuck that nigga. We need you around. Nigga, where you at? We come where you at. Ain't nobody go. Trump ain't got that kind of security. He's our president. Guess what? Time went on, and me doing the same thing that I'm doing. Guess what happened? I bring up another infiltrator. The one who was threatening to come up here to whoop me, this nigga here about 6'8". And he'll stand around the box, man, and you just selling out around the box looking at your dog, man, and you don't say something that you don't like. He had hands like Otis Stark, and he'll slap you like your boy slapped your boy in Django. He's real feared. See? He called and apologized to me before the dog men in Ireland, Russia, the dog men in New York, the dog men in Tampa, the dog men in Georgia, the dog men in Tallahassee, the dog men in Brooksville, Bushdale, Monticello, South Carolina, and apologized. I had no problem since. Because this is what I do. I got to keep looking down to the bottom because 9 times out of 10 he's gonna come on in, man. Hey man, look, didn't I tell y'all, man, it would be disrespectful of me not to pay my dues. Y'all ain't got to pay no dues. All y'all got to do is just keep your TV on and keep your phone going. Can't too many people who do this, sit and talk and have hunt down kennels on his forklift on 3rd shift. Tuning in. This is what I do. Well, back with another episode of Pro In-Game Dog Chronicles. Subsidiary Pro In-Game magazine. Connected to Pro In-Game dog sports. I wish somebody who had any type of legal jurisprudence, any type of knowledge, or any type of report with Google, man, where they can just actually get me in with Google to recover an email. I call it the $372,000 email. Why do they say that? That's how much money I've generated. I haven't touched none, through ad revenue and this and that, yada, yada, yada. Pro In-Game magazine. I lost it. Somebody had it on the phone and change the code password to my email. I can't get it. It's lost. I'm talking about like over 600 videos. I need to get that email because like I said, I got a friend, man. He downloaded, he collect. Don't nobody got more magazines, don't nobody got more memorabilia, don't nobody got more information, written information, collection of books, rare books, popular books, magazines. This guy, he the real deal. And I didn't know that. All of my podcasts, this dude here was like putting them on PDFs, It's good information. So I got in contact with him. I told y'all last night, and I said, hey man, they say we can do pro. Whatever I have, I got, I'm gonna send it to you. I say, look, first send me the Stone City Jesse interview. For some of the ones who have been with me for the last 2 years can actually see that historic interview. And then send me the Denny Green video. I got man, another legend, man, in the building, man. We were actually scheduled to come on at 7. Eric Wheeler. Game Plan Kennels. It's all in the name. Game Plan Kennels. And I just called him, and we talked most of the afternoon, man. And I tell you, man, he's a beautiful soul. Wealth of knowledge. He's gonna come on, man, and tell us about his relationship with Tom Garner. And then when you're talking about, hey, look, Skip Bell, you got Eli Dog, Hunt Down Ken, you got Eli Cal Henderson, you got Eli Dog, Skip, all y'all got, I'm just saying, in general, you got Eli Blood, you're running, you're doing a little, y'all successful. But look, this man got a strain, probably the best strain of El Negro dogs in the world. And he gonna tell us how he got it. A wealth of knowledge when it comes to talking about this family of dogs, especially the Eli dogs. Pirates, man, for real, man. It's all in the beaker, baby. It's all in, if you're using a fork or a spoon, you cheap. Yeah, man. What's up? Shout out, man, to Hunt Down Kennel, the legendary game bred American Pit Bull Terrier. You better believe it, man. Cal Henderson, man, boy, look here. Without a lot of y'all, man, I'm telling you, man. Man, I gotta start that comment. It's been a pleasure, man. Y'all coming out tonight, getting with Pro. Where can I begin? As far as like, man, we had a deep conversation today, man. We had a deep conversation, and then it's crazy, with the cast I did last night, and a lot of things that I talked about. He brought he brought the subject matter up and nearly mirrored everything that I was talking about, and I was amazed. I didn't even bring it up. Coming into the knowledge of solid breeding practices, and then in the end of our conversation, he was telling me like, hey man, I ain't got to go back to Tom. He said, I got enough look, I got enough El Negro dogs on my yard, man, it'll last me for another 25, 30 years. So he, and okay, his success rate, with this particular line of dogs that he's running, in the show ring, the weight pull ring, the treadmill race ring, the lure chase ring, the shutdown ring, I mean, it has a high the win loss ratio, the success rate, because pros on that. I'm an analyst also, so I deal with the analytics and the algorithms of everything that we do. His success rate, man, you could put right next to um I'm trying to think of it, because I don't want to put it out there like that. But his success rate is like next to well, let me just go back about 30 years because I don't want to, try to play safe, because when I'm talking about, man, ain't enough of historical content, everything is fictional. Um, half of the stories I'm talking about is made up. So it's just for your entertainment purposes only. So after you eat your donut and take your coffee break, man, y'all can find somebody else to look at because you're in the wrong spot right here, police. Nuff said, his success rate with these dogs, man, is next to STP in his heyday with his strain of dogs. I called him today, and first thing he said, "Oh man, what's up, hey pro man? What's up?" I'm like, he said, man, I just got off the phone, man, and heard some good news. He said it 3 times, man. I heard some good news. I say, man, I was inquisitive now. You mind sharing it with me? Oh, a friend of mine down in Alabama was telling me about one of my dogs, some of my stuff. He's extremely happy with it and it's doing well. It's doing well. So, it's out there, man. Because I'm telling you, man, there's a lot of people out there you probably would never meet. That are solid rocks, in this sport. Solid rocks you would never meet because a lot of them, they're not, they don't want to meet you anyway. They just want to breed their dogs and continue to enhance, the purpose. So but you'll get lucky sometime, man. Like me, and the people I met called me Dave E, uh, Camo, Ace Hood Kennels, everybody, Twin, going hard, Twin. The people you lucky to put. I've been blessed to be put in this position. So when you get put in a position like that since 1988, Wallace, what up? Yeah. Do I got to put a star on that, man? Okay, did I put it on there? Okay. Damn. There it is. Most definitely going for grand champion. I tell you, man, I always say, man, when you talking in terms of dogs, if all of us were dogs, I would probably say if I had to be a dog, I compare myself to Fitzwater's Goldie. Fitzwater's Goldie in his last one. Now, Skip Bell, what's going on? Yeah, our guest, man, I saw him link, he's gonna be in he's gonna be in as soon as he's out with his wife, taking care of some business, spending some quality time, running a few errands, so out of respect for him and his family, man, we'll be patient. But in the meantime, man, we can get it popping a little bit, man. What y'all want to talk about, man? You remember I said I gave y'all the analogy of the yard boy last night and the moves that he made and the decisions that he made. Like I said, I didn't bring none of this shit up, and it popped. It just popped out of nowhere. He just went to talking about it. Kennel hands and yard boys. Because we were talking about Tom. So when you hear somebody say, hey, I did a breeding with Tom G, you understand what I'm saying? Hunt Down Kennels. I did a breeding with Tom G. And he actually was there and stuck that dog and you were there. That's legendary all in itself. Because you know what? 98% of the time, when you go on his yard to breed to one of his studs, guess who's coming out there? Me, the yard boy. I'm doing everything. I'm making the breeding. This is the type of trust that Tom has in his kennel hands. We're gonna talk about Frisco a little bit tonight too. We're gonna talk about him a little bit tonight too, dispel a whole lot of bullshit myths about him. You know, and his pedigree. Yeah, you know, we just can't continue to you know, throw shade on top of shade, man, just based on unresearched hearsay, you know, he say, she say type of information. You can't continue to do that. That's where we at, man. I was looking at oh yeah, and then you know we were talking in the conversation in terms of you know game game bred family of game families of dogs, some of the more gamier dogs, you know, and he was like, man, you know, they you know everybody talk about red boy, red boy, red boy. They so game, they so game, but you know, there's families of dogs, if not game, are just as game as he is. They, you know, they are. You know, I'm gonna tell you there was a real game family. You don't see much of it. You probably don't see any of it nowadays. Is the Eli and the Nibblet McCoy cross? You know, or some people just say the McCoy dog. Okay. I got 9 people in the chat, man. You know, I appreciate y'all, man. You know, y'all, you know, hit your likes, man. You know, it don't take but a second to hit that thumb, you know, or hit the thumb down. You know, it don't matter. It's still going into the YouTube studio. But it's a lot of stuff that we cover. A lot of stuff that we cover, man. And we're gonna sit back, man. We're gonna sit back and talk. We were talking about the myths, you know, in the hype that we get caught up in with the dog. You know what he told me? He was like, and yeah, man, you know, I'm telling you, man, you know, you remember Kobe, Kobe's picture? I said, yeah, he was a 24-time winner. He said, you know what? Can't no dog endure that type of undertaking. You know, I'm in my back of my mind, I'm saying that's 24 keeps. And I actually said that. You say, no, there ain't no damn keeps. He said the rat problem. The hydroponics got me on it. What? Listen, he said, what about no damn keep? He said the rat population was so high back then. You don't know what he dog bred for anyway. You know, a lot of the terriers in general, man, you know, they'll go at a rat just hard and fast and zealous as they'll go at another dog. He said the rat contest, you know, winning a lot of rat contests. And then I'll say, and I put in my 2%, yeah, you know, but a lot of the dogs he went into, man, some of them was St. Bernard, some of them was German Shepherd, and some of them were just, you know, Miss Hound Dog. You know, he said, you know, that's not what's important. But see, I'm gonna tell you this right here. He said, you know, this happened not too long ago, and most recently, you know, he was telling me, you know, like back in the day, you know, man, listen, a lot of the matches, man, I'm telling you, man, most of the matches was made up on the spot. Look, all you got to do is get on the phone and say, hey, I got one better than you. He said the only difference between an OTC, okay, and a real contracted match is the key. It's the key. He said, man, you ain't got to put no dog in no keep for no damn 8 weeks, no damn 6 weeks, no 4 weeks. He said, all you got to do is say, hey, my dog better than yours, and you get a referee. You get a recognized referee, and guess what? You can get it on. It's a real match. It's a legitimate match. It's a legitimate match. You know? But we just talking, he was just, you know, just going through a hype phase, talking about all the hype. You know, and yeah, man. Them jokers, man, I'm telling you, man, having, you know, them rolls, man, out there having rolls, and you know, this one here quit, they go back in the backyard and pulling it off the chain and do it again. And it went down a record. I like, wow, damn. You know, it went down a record. The man got the El Negro, bro. You know, we gonna do it, man. We gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about these Eli dogs. You know, we're gonna talk about it. It's just so much, man. This research, man, can be exhausting sometimes, man, because you know, once you think you really got the answer to everything, you know, something else always pops up where you done left something out. You know. Nobody has we talking about, you know, because you know, a person like him is somebody that you want to listen to and that you really learn, you want to learn from, and you want to talk to. You know, when it comes with his success rate and the legitimacy, you know, of his family, particular family of dogs that he's breeding, you really want to listen. And if you listen long enough and shut up, you know, and be attentive, he gonna tell you how he did it. He'll tell you how he did it. You know, a lot of things, man. You know, a lot of things, you know, with us, you know, as you know, sportsmen, man, and dog breeders. When we talk about, you know, a lot of us being impatient, the impatience comes in many different forms. It all depends on what endeavor it is. It could be impatience in just your breeding, okay? You know, you do a breeding with a dog, 2 dogs on your yard that you just know gonna work, and the clique know gonna work, and then you know, hey, you get lackluster results, and we give up. We never make that breeding again. You know, when you listen to and study the some of the writings of Ozzie Stevens, man. You know, another legendary dog, man, with an extremely high winning percentage. He, you know, he stresses this. He say, look, you already know and have knowledge of your gene. This is your gene pool, so you know your gene pool. Okay. And then you know that whatever you're looking for is there. So you never give up. You see, sometimes you may have to try twice, maybe 3 times with a certain breeding. You understand what I'm saying? And then you're going to start seeing results. You know, you're going to start seeing the more consistency of traits and, you know, more gamier dog, and, you know, and better, and you get more high performance yield out of every litter that you breed. You know? See, when you got the mindset of Tom Garner and the direction that he took his program, you know, it's not about him. You know, guess what? He gonna sell you a dog. You know, you buying a bulldog from this man when you go on his yard. You're purchasing a real bulldog. Who gives a fuck when you take you to one of his kennel hands, take you to a cage, and it's 50 black puppies in there and a couple of buckskin puppies? Well, you know one bitch ain't have 50 puppies. So you don't stress on that. When you tell you to reach in there and grab you one for 1,800, when you reach in and grab one, I guarantee you your success rate is greater than you going somewhere on a yard where they can't even show you an uncle. Show your uncle. Yeah. You know, and then it goes on and on and on and on. It gets deeper. You know. Hunt down kennels. Why you want to go breed the grand champion buck, right? Why do you want to go breed the grand champion buck? When you know you looking at your gene pool, you know, but you just want to breed to a title dog. You want to breed. It's not all. Look, and I agree when he said it's not always about being a title dog, making your pedigree red, white, and blue and green with all bunch of bullshit comments in the photos. You know what I mean? To really enhance the legend and the story of a lot of bullshit dogs. See, You have to put yeah, man. You have to put bios and lies behind a lot of bullshit. But real dogs, you know them when you see them, and there ain't a lot said about them. You know what I mean? And then guess what? He may be a champion, but it may not be on online page. It may be just hunts down Kennel's mama. This is done on purpose, man, because for those that don't know, they ain't gonna never know. But guess what? Hunts down Kennels. Me and Skip Bell were there when she won number 6. You know what I'm saying? We were there. Yeah, we were there. We were there when she won number 3. We were there. Pirates was there when I was there with Pirates when she won number 4. We know this right here. So, you know, thus we gonna end up with good dogs because we know what we're looking at. You know, y'all learned that when Dave E came on there and pulled up pedigrees on the show and showing y'all how Irvin St. John was bred. He said, don't get it twisted, pro. You know, all them dogs you see in black, them dog champions and grand champions. From the 7th generation all the way up to him. He the only one that wasn't even campaign. He was just skull drug on a yard where they told me he had done died. So it's not always about, he was talking, he was like in the youth championship as an example. See, I didn't bring this up. I also talked about ship too. How you got a line from this gazebo all the way to Pirates' grandma's front door with bitches lining to breed him because everybody want to breed to a champion. But guess what? If it doesn't click, if it doesn't coincide with your genetic pool, sometimes you have to let that pass. Let it go. Let it go. You gotta let it go, man. The only way you're gonna get good dogs. The only way you're gonna get dogs. On your yard, staying on your yard. You know, so this is what we waiting on, man. We doing it, we doing it live, man. Let me see, there's 9 people in the chat, man. Y'all hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, y'all in the outside world, man, looking in, some of y'all more reserved dog men that don't really fuck with social media and don't have no chit chat, no Instagram account, man, and all this and that. But just like, get good information, just sit back and just, be reminded of the good old days and listen to some good stories. Y'all hit that, y'all can subscribe if you want to, y'all can hit your like button. But this is what we doing, man. 10 people in the chat, man. Who is it just joined the chat? You know what? I wish, man, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. It pains me, man, when I think about it, man. Bro, let me tell y'all something. When I lost that 071gmail.com, that I lost $1 million contact list on my phone. $1 million contact list. Not $1 million in my pocket, but that's the value I put on it. The $1 million contact list. You name it, boy. You name them in the game. Their number was in my phone. And I called them up damn near every other day. That shit was in my phone, man. I lost that shit. I lost it. I lost it. I got a lot of it back, and Jabo was one of them. But every time Jabo gonna find me. He gonna find me, and I wish I can get in contact with Bo tonight, man, and send him a link, man, so he can come in and really talk about it too, because he grew up in the Eli region. He grew up in the Eli Mecca. And I would like to hear his 2 bits, man. Man, hey, there it is. You remember that? Skip Bell? That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. I got to get into Google so bad, bro. I'm telling you, man. Look, I did that. What did I do? Did I do that on Pro Game Magazine channel? I did that on Pro Game Dog Sport. The 3 C's. I did it up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Shit, red and Bama Ghost living with the 3 C's. The Carver, Klaus, Kobe. I have to really look back because you know, like I'm looking when I see them 3 C's right there, the Carver, Klaus, Kobe. You know, I think more and more about Grand Champion Mayday. I know, I think more about him. You know, but them 3 C's, boy, they still standing today. They still standing today. Of the 3, the Carver's more dominant. That's beautiful. 12 people in the chat. It's Saturday night, y'all. What we doing? What everybody doing? Went to the luau. Why not? Well, they still hunting in the woods. Saturday night. I want to send a shout out, man, to Ace Hood Kennels. You know, once again, Hunts Down Kennels, D&G Kennels, Gainesville Kennels, formerly known as FTW DTK. They change their name every 4 years, but that's okay. Hey, if you ain't already free, man, somebody free I. Yeah, free I. I call him the Tommy Walker of Florida, the Black Tommy Walker. That's another story and a whole nother subject. But shout out to shout out to Law. Also, man, shout out to Law. Shout out to Gentlemen's, man. Gentlemen's Kennel, y'all boy Kennels, man. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to a whole lot of y'all guys, man. Shout out to T Smalls, man. Shout out to a whole lot of y'all guys, man. Bama Ghost, man. Shout out to you too, brother, man. I swear to God, I love you to death. Haki Bouchante, man. I swear to God, bro. You that dude, man. If I had to go back 40 years and pick somebody, I go past everybody else. Yeah, I go grab you about the bunch because you know something. Yeah, you know something. You raw, and I respect your mind and your knowledge. Shout out to a whole lot of y'all out there, man, that's active and winning, man, and doing y'all thing. That's active and losing. You know, either way it goes. You know, I'd rather be active, man, and get my head beat in, man, than be somebody that ain't doing nothing and out there perpetuating like I got the baddest shit on the planet. Pelican Bay. Oh, excuse me, that damn. Hey, man, no pun intended. But you know, hey, that's what it is. That's what it is, man. Davis, what's up, man? What's up? What's good? Yeah, I'm waiting on Mr. Eric Wheeler to come on in, and you know, he's out with his wife. We supposed to actually came on at 7 o'clock. So, you know, I'm just giving him a little time to, you know, wrap up what he's doing, and we sure enough gonna get it popping, man. You know, cause we're gonna learn something tonight. We're gonna find out a lot of great information coming from a black guy. If anybody got a problem with it, yeah, coming from a black guy, you know. I'm sort of cut from a different cloth. Cause I'm gonna lean more towards the black guy if I lean towards anybody. You know why? Because back in slavery days, is that always that one slave that seen something that a lot of people ain't see, and knew something that a lot of people didn't know. So the master actually, right? They wouldn't go to nobody else. They wouldn't go to the mission. They wouldn't go to none of the taskmasters. They'll go to that one slave, and he gonna tell him every goddamn thing he need to know. See, so this is how I go about this undertaking. You know, man, I'm telling you, man. Speaking about J-Bo for a minute, man. Shout out to him, legend, man, bro. I know, man. Y'all was shocked when I first brought him on, and he went to talking and went to telling y'all, you know, some of the things that he's seen. Oh my God, man. Who in the game got eyeballs like him? Who in the game to look through a pair of eyes when it comes to this right here? I won't give a damn who you bring up when it comes to this shit right here. Seen a lot of stuff. Seen it. You know, so this is how we move, and this is how we build, and this is how we develop great programs dealing with what is and not what seemed to be. Man, talk. He's gonna bring in the real because he was there. He seen it with his own two eyes. Oh man, you know, I'm sitting up, we talking, me and J-Bo, I'm on about 8 hours that day, about 7 hours that day, doing a podcast, yap. And you know, and we're going through the pedigrees. Hunt down. You know what I mean? I'm going through the pedigrees, hunt down. Who do y'all know, man? Look, God damn it. No disrespect. What's up? Hey, I'm gonna tell you something in a minute.
What?
Okay, hold on. I'm doing my show right now. But I'm gonna tell you something in a minute. You gonna laugh. Hey, hold up. I'm gonna tell you, hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. And you know, I'm gonna bring up a few names, but it's no disrespect. Okay. Fat Bill, no disrespect. Danny Burton, no disrespect. See? Stone City Jesse, no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? You know, a lot of them, man, just bring them up, no disrespect. If I was on the phone with them or doing a podcast, they sitting there with me and I'm going through a pedigree. How many of them? Okay. How many of them did you know? Perfect example, Skip Bell. Perfect example, bro. Perfect example. Check this out. Here's a scenario. You J-Bo, and I'm Pro. And I'm talking about a dog. Let's just say I'm bringing, yeah, man, and man, look, man, you know, when G won number 3, man, then you be like, oh yeah, man, shit, I was there when he won number 3, man. Oh man, he looked pretty good. But look, I put this pedigree right here, and I go all the way back in the 5th generation, man. You got Hunts Down Kennel's mama. She quit. You know, that dog stopped. You know, and not just negative stuff about dog, but even the good qualities that we didn't even know about a lot of the dogs that we love to give us a better understanding of. J-Bo, that dude, a lot of them can't do that. I'm talking about, man, one day, man, I ain't gonna lie, man, I went through a pedigree and called out about 40 dogs. He said something about 30 of them in the pedigree. I'm talking about some pedigrees I went through. Once he got done saying what he said, a lot of y'all felt like shit for even buying the stuff. And now you know why it ain't working. Because you got to be honest with yourself, man, and deal with what you see. What you see. I preach that, let the four corners, let the box be your pedigree. Let that box be your pedigree.
Got 30 on my Venmo. Got 30 on my Venmo. Go get us.
My bad.
I'll be back. Let me go get it out the car.
Okay, come on back.
I'm gonna leave my stuff right here now. I'll be back.
You good. You good, brother.
I'll be back.
You good.
I'll be back.
You know, yeah, shit. I talk like I talk about goddamn J-Bo the same way Tom said, been talking about Kimsey Wood. In reverence, you know, in respect. See, you know, so hey, you know, this is what we trying. Oh, there it is, y'all. See, I don't even play. I don't even play. See, I don't even play. Hold up. I don't even play. Look, let me show you something. Hold up. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. See, I'm gonna show you something. See, in the building. In the building. You know, let me say this first, man. You know, when Pro do this right here, this process right here, man, you know, I'm finna get into it. We finna dig in. We finna dig in. Oh, let me say this right here too, man. I got to be honest with this right here, man. See, I never, ever been a fuck nigga. So in reverence, man, and respect, is one legend I didn't name. Legendary dog, man, I didn't name. You know, we all make mistakes, but some in the end, we all dust ourselves up and keep going. Man, shout out to Bakari Hotel, man. Respect, legend. Okay,
Yes,
but
sir.
enough said. We talking about real bulldogs tonight. We talking about everything that y'all goddamn love. I went to this man right here, okay? The same way, okay, Trump went to Elon Musk. He knows his dog. So with no respect, you know, with further respect, dude, man, this man right here, man, this the real deal legend. See, this is what I be telling y'all. I tell a lot of guys that's into these dogs. I tell y'all when y'all call me on the phone. I tell y'all when y'all text me through chat. I be like, look, man, let me tell y'all something. What do you like? Name a blood. Name a blood. Name a strain that you looking for. I know who got the best stud. See? This is El Negro man right here. You ain't got to go to North Carolina. You looking for a good, solid, high percentage El Negro dog. He the one. He got him. When I tell you and it come across my desk, you know it's legit. He got him. See? This is Mr. Eric Wheeler right here, man. Eric, man, take the floor, man. I'm gonna let you talk for a minute.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How everybody doing tonight? Yeah. Thank you for, allowing me to be on your podcast tonight. Well, I like to say this. I ain't nobody legend. I'm just an ordinary individual is out here just doing what I love to do with these dogs. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, man, like, I'm glad I called and talked to you today.
Yeah.
This is what I told these guys. And I told you, I said, man, damn. I said, man, if you go back and look at my podcast that I did last night.
Right.
Every goddamn thing I talked about, you touched on, and I didn't even bring it up. I said,
right.
wow,
Right.
man, that's what I said. I said, you know something.
Are you rapping right now?
No, not right now. Oh. You know, I said, you know something, man. You know something. But you know, first, this is what I want to ask you. I want you to start. I want you to tell everybody a little bit about yourself. But not only that, we want to know about your personal relationship with the goat Tom Garner.
Well, I brought dogs from Tom back in the early 2000s, around about 2003, 2004, and I went up there and I brought like 5 dogs from him, and they was off. One was double bred champion Hickory, one was off 2-time winner Bolo, one was off the Crocodile back to Miss Prue, and 2 was double bred champion Negro, was off a champion Negro bred back to his daughter who was off his mom. And his mom, I think the daughter was Young China Rose. All right, was double bred El Negro, and out of each one of them, I got great, good, looks, but it was the El Negro dog that changed the world for me for the better. You know what I mean? And to be able to witness and hold it in your hands to see that what the Maverick Chinaman Niggerino blend did is unbelievable. And like for me right now, what I cross my dogs with, like I cross my dogs back with the Niggerino gene pool, the El Negro with the Niggerino gene pool, using the wild side as my base on bottom for my Niggerino gene pool. Now I also got some other dogs with the Niggerino gene pool coming through the old school white oak biter blood, and so when you look at Ed Farron breeding program, you look at Tom Garner breeding program. Their breeding program won't really as much different. Both of them based their dogs on heavy Eli Junior bred dogs. Ed Farron them based theirs on Bandit to Sasha. Right? If you look back in their pedigree or El Negro, Sasha is his grandma, great grandmama. Because Zipper was Tom Garner talk about in the podcast when he got the dog from Gates of Townsend. They had the Niggerino dog. Zipper was the female. Well, they created Sasha. Sasha was a double bred daughter of Niggerino. Well, that's just in the bottom of Negro pedigree. So I went back when I bred to Dexter with the pure wild side female. I was trying to capture the magic of the heavy El Negro with the Niggerino gene pool, and I know for a fact I captured that. You know, and you're gonna always like in my program. Yeah, I got El Negros without it, the wild side, but I love it in my blend. You know. But I can tell anybody, you know, that talk down on the man and everything. And here's the thing: when you go to anybody about dogs, you buying a pup.
Put that on
There's no guarantees, and this turning out to be this turning out to be this. You going to him number one because of the blood. There's no guarantees in this stuff. If it was so much guarantees, people would stay in their own yard and breed their own stuff. You know what I mean? But when you go to him, me, or anybody to purchase something, there's no guarantees in nothing. Hell, if there was that much guaranteed shit, I'll play the lottery and be a millionaire right about now. I think all of us will. But you know, I love the El Negro dogs. This is a gene pool that's been going strong for over 25 years now. And I purchased my dogs from Tom when El Negro was not even Rom at the time. He was a champion, but he was not even Rom. I still got the original paperwork on my dogs when El Negro was not even Rom at the time. So, you know, to see a line of dogs with the help of the community and the help of Tom Garner to knew when he had a great one and knew the value of that hound to continue the line of the hound. I'm very thankful for that because when I came home from that, been going on that long journey, 10 and a half years later, hey, I made it a must that I had that on my yard again.
Wow. I'm doing something right now. I'm pulling up this pedigree.
Go ahead.
Oh, my bad. I'm pulling up this pedigree. El Negro pedigrees. When you said you got pedigrees of dogs coming off El Negro way before he was registered and married. This shows your persistence with the breed you see with this one dog, with you, the confidence that you had in this line of dogs. You seen the direction it was going.
Yeah. Man, let me tell you something, man. All right, this for historical purposes when I say this.
Right.
When you hold something in your hands and you see this mug go out and do everything. When I mean do it, and do it is so sweet of a sound to where it leaves that many years of lasting effect on you. You see what I'm saying? To the point that you had to base your yard on it. So when I came up there, started basing my yard up, and I said to Tom, and I showed Tom one of my pedigrees, right? On the breeds, because see, Tom don't know every female that you bringing up to breed to him. You pay for a service, you breed to that stud. But when he seen what I was breeding to, right? And Tom said, smart man. And all I did was look my eye at him because here's the thing, you know, a lot of guys today, they don't value the great ones that are here today. And that's when they're lost at. When you get these great ones, that's whoever hard work been put into those dogs. Those great dogs become the new generations of Jeep, the new generations of Mayday, whoever you want to say, but they won't have that name Mayday. You know what I'm saying? I can name dogs, you know, Go
That's
ahead.
that's crazy, you know, because I explained that to everybody and they know that. Look, I was like, man, you've been breeding bolio dog for 35 years. You still
And
telling
bolio,
everybody you got a yard full of bolio dogs?
and you don't have a yard full of bolio
You
dogs.
don't
That's
have a
the
dog. That's
that's the thing.
impossible.
You don't. You have descendants of that gene pool. Now, like
That
I
way,
told you
look,
earlier, I got probably one of the tightest bred El Negro dogs here, which mean is she's off of Dexter, a double bred son of El Negro. Then she's
right?
off of Drago. Then Drago bred back to a daughter of Dexter that was bred. Dexter was bred to his daughter, Champion Loretta, who was off of Dexter, bred back to a double bred daughter of Champion El Negro. That was Venom. And the dogs I started out with back in the old day was Venom, Belly Mate, brother and sister. One was cold, but the other one changed my life.
Oh wow.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 I see it.
And here's the problem with a lot of guys that don't understand about the El Negro dogs. And here's the thing: when you're looking at for genetics and gene pool, know the history on your dogs. If I could take you all the way back, what Eli Jr. was known for, we heard that he was known for good style, good mouth. You know what I'm saying? He was
Right.
a finisher. Okay,
Okay.
now let's go. Now let's go to Rascal. We heard the same thing, right? Good
Right.
style, good mouth, finisher. All destroy. I'm named 2 destroyers, right? All right, so let's go to Rascal Son, Grand Champion Pedro. Same difference. All right. So then let's go to Niggerino, Destroyer.
Wow.
Showing everything, same difference now. Okay. Now let's go to Fat Bill's Bolero.
Okay.
Game bitch. But same difference. All right. Now you
Right.
bring it to Champion El Negro, who loved to party. He loved to party. I was told, and this is old stuff. This was when people were speaking on different things, and I was told from a specific person, so I'm not gonna say his name in that light because I ain't got permission to talk about that. But I was told that Cardenas stated to him, in order to stop El Negro, you had to kill him yourself. So what he was saying, El Negro, he could finish you early, but he loved what he did so much, he'll just play with you in the ring.
Play with you.
Right? So, but when he was done playing with you, he'll knock your block off. So then we add, as time go on, look at Bobby Peru. Finisher, destroyer. Look at El
AKA
Drago.
champion. Hey, AKA champion squeeze.
Yeah. Destroyers. All look, but what I just did real quick and fast, I broke down El Negro whole not El Negro, I broke down half of El Negro pedigree, then I went from El Negro to his sons. Squeeze is a son of El Negro, but the kicker to Squeeze is this. Yes, he's a son of El Negro, but look at the female on bottom. She's off of Ripple. Fat Bills for Ripple, the same thing as in El Negro, but look on top. It's also Maverick Niggerino again. It's the same percentage. It's the same. If you look at the pedigree correctly on Bobby Peru, it's almost the exact same genetic gene pool that El Negro got. They just, hey, take El Negro out the picture. Look at the whole
All
body
high
thing.
caliber, high percentage bulldogs.
Right. See, all
everything
they did,
behind them.
They already had a plan. They made the breeding. See, they seen success from the breeders at first, right? So then all they did was took the great individual. You see what I'm saying? When I say again, great individuals, and put them back and created what? Another great individual, which was Bobby Peru. You see what I'm saying? So then you go down there. People say, "Oh, Bobby Peru didn't do this, he didn't produce this." Okay, His daughters produced. His daughters producing producers. Sometimes you can't say, oh, this dog didn't do this dog didn't do this. If you're not the breeder of those dogs, you cannot really say what Bob Peru
Hey, but
produced
hey,
or do.
but like you said today, hell, 90% of us don't even give it a chance because we tried one time, it don't work. We never
Yep,
do it again.
yep. Patience. See, that goes back to being a street dude from this. I want a patient dude. But that's why I wouldn't have did all that time. If I was a patient dude, I would have kept a 95. But then after being away for all them years, I learned to humble myself to become patient. Because then if you own a business, if you are in a relationship or anything you do in life, you got to learn to humble yourself and have patience. That's when you're gonna get your flowers. You gonna see. Matter of fact, you got kids. If you got kids, and he's a little bit person there, next thing you know, he go to the NFL. Damn. But he had to mature enough to go to that status. You can't ask for nothing that is young to go to NFL status as a kid. You're doing it the right now a bit of justice. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, I could go all that on and on, you know, but this is what I love, man. I love these dogs, you know what I mean?
Now see, let me let you.
And I
See,
did, you know, when I was going for that 10.5, not behind the dogs, behind the streets, right? And man, white, black, green, everybody could tell you that was locked up with me. You feel me? And someone gonna see this podcast. You feel me? And they gonna tell you, no, that nigga was real. That nigga every day they called me dog man when I was in that jump. Every day you ask anybody from there was I'm gonna just say it straight up was in the feds with me. You know, from 2006 to 2016.
no.
You feel what I'm saying? Them niggas gonna tell you, no, that nigga right there, he was real. He every day he was on this stuff. Why? It's because if you real about you gonna make sure you're right. You know what I'm saying?
That's real. That's what they were saying about me and Red Bobby, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I say, man, the way everybody out there on the bullshit under there shooting dice, man, on the skin table, me and Bobby on the track talking dogs. And I got 1,000 books out there.
Hey, me, I'm gonna tell you a person. It was me
Every
and the
day.
old was me and the old man and we was in Williamsburg, South Carolina. All right, that's at the Fed jump, right? Their
Yeah.
own Jocko. No, champion termite. And you know who that is, right?
Yep.
Me and him used to be in that motherfucker, Mr. Perry. Me and Mr. Perry, we used to be in the motherfucker gym. I be talking to Mr. Perry while he in there doing his thing, his art craft thing. We be sitting there talking bulldogs, looking at books and magazines. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
man, you know, I learned just by being with Mr. Perry, talking with Mr. Perry. I haven't seen, you know, I understand he got into a little predicament, you know, once or twice since he's been home, but I haven't seen him, you know, to, you know, just, you know, sit back and just break bread, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, out of respect, man, hey man, you can learn a lot from a person not even being right there with the bulldogs.
That's right.
Because his
Oh
knowledge
man,
is
for real.
everlasting.
Most definitely.
Yeah,
Most definitely.
yeah.
You know, I'm looking at El Negro now, right?
Uh-huh.
Every dog don't have it, like you say. There's a lot of you know, a lot of profound pit dogs, you know, that
Mm-hmm.
came through. That, you
Right.
know, some of them show, you know, great production abilities in the brood box, you know, and some really, you know, put out a high percentage of great bulldogs that them dogs continue to, you know, perpetuate, you know, the lineage and the trait. You
Right.
know, and they say, you know, okay,
I guess you had froze up for a minute.
What the hell happened? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you. I got you.
You know, I can say, Grand Champion Mayday, okay? I can say Grand Champion Boomerang, right? I can also say Otter Stevens Grand Champion Virgil, right? I can also say Crenshaw's Champion G. These dogs, when you're talking about the pre-potency, can I put a Negro in that same category as far as Garner's Champion Chinaman? The traits that was within them, the ability, the mouth.
And I would say yes on that. It's because here's the thing. Those dogs of yesterday was those dogs of yesterday. All of them was good. Everybody did their part. The reason why this is my experience, and this is what I'm gonna just say on Mayday. The reason why Mayday line ain't what it is today.
Preach.
It's because they didn't have the right breeders there. You got people line breeding Mayday, right? It's cool, but they didn't know how to take Mayday out from one gene back to another gene and capitalize back on it. See, here's the thing with the old man and the old man and Maurice Carver them did. Tom and Maurice Carver, this one, only two I'm gonna speak on this one. They knew how to use other people's gene pool to better their lines. You see what I'm saying? Tom will go out and add alligator. Tom said, huh?
I want to ask you about the Garner Hammond's cross, the hailstone and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And Tom even admitted, he said he thought the thing was gonna feather out, but what he thought was wrong. The man admits it because it became a strand of dogs now to test the time. But people don't think about this. Well, the alligator is a Mayfield dog. Jocko,
but see, that was a direct link back to the spike. Miss Spike.
Huh?
That was a direct link back to the heavy Miss Spike dogs.
All this stuff. That's what I'm trying to say with our people. A lot of our people today, because they listen to a lot of people. They tell them, oh, don't pay attention to the pedigree. On one part of it, you're right. On another part, you're wrong.
Right.
You got to pay attention to both. Because one day, if he becomes who he or she gonna be, you're gonna breed it. So let's say, for instance, you got a hound that becomes a top title dog, right? And that type title dog, you don't know his history on his gene pool. So you gonna stick it, and now you don't see nothing acting the way it's supposed to do. You done stuck this motherfucker 5 bitches and still can't get it. Why? Because you don't know the dog genetic makeup. You got to, you got to be able to know something in these dogs to capitalize on traits. She got a bone crusher. She got a bone crusher. Okay, but if you still don't know what's behind that, you're gonna lose it.
That's right, man. Everybody want to breed to that dog, but they don't really understand about they can't tell you about nan dog 2 generations behind
it. And like I said earlier, check this. Rascal, Crenshaw Rascal, he's a heavy black shine dog, which is line bred Eli Jr.
Right.
Niggerino, heavy line bred black shine, heavy Eli Jr. Chinaman, grandson of Eli Jr. All of them got the same specific similar traits. All of them was tighter dogs, but all of them got same similar traits. Why won't you put all of them in the car? Why you think the Joe Whittle them added Chinaman to their Weird Jack stuff? They got Dink, 2-time with Dink. It won't no brainer. You know what I'm saying? They already know. All they did, man, we're going to go over here to this man right here. He got the best of this over here. We're going to add this to our gene pool. We know it's working. But a lot of guys get and they get in their feelings and I don't know what happened to some of these guys out here, man. I'm gonna say that, man. Sometimes they act like the mama ain't giving them a bottle right or something, man. You know what I mean? But you can't take these dogs too personal.
No can.
Love them. You can build off your own yard. You don't have to come to nobody's yard. You can build, but make your own program. You don't need 30, 40, 50 different bloodlines on your yard to get a good goddamn bulldog. If you
But
think you need it, then you don't know got an alpha dog.
okay, now we enter the classroom now. See,
Yeah.
Strong Game Dog University. Listen, look. I'm not gonna listen to this motherfucker that can't show you an uncle. I'm not gonna listen to nobody that's trying to show you 20 bloodlines on one yard. Listen, I want to ask you.
Go ahead.
How do I do this?
Well, look.
I'm 3 years into the game. Okay,
Right.
2 years into the game. Give me your blueprint. Do you mind sharing?
That ain't no problem. And shit, that's what we here for. Each one teach one. I had a dude to call me. He dressed. He might see this. He just started. He brought 2 females, both littermate sisters, and he wanted to take both of them to the same meal. And I told him, I wouldn't do that. He said, "Why?" I said, "I'm gonna tell you what I do." I tell him, take them both 2 females, 2 direct sisters to 2 half brothers, right? That you like, to 2 half brothers that you like, and breed them. I said, now your kids becomes what? Half brothers and sisters and first cousins. Now you already start your base for your own line of dog, and you already tapped in on the trait, whether it's on the male side of the half brothers that have the 2 half brothers, they might have the same daddy. Prime example, I got dog here off of champion Bushwick Bill. I got a dog here off of champion Kemosabe. All right, Bushwick Bill and Kemosabe are half brothers, right? Both of them are 2 known worldwide title dogs. Okay. Now the bitches I bred to, they're heavy L Negro bred dogs. So now, they have sister or aunties or cousins. So now, some might have a wild side out, some might have a this out or that. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, now I got 2 direct son of Chemo Rom, a known producers of great dogs. So now my genetic gene pool is coming together. I got a family there. Okay, now I got a half sister and brother. So now you got those 2 half sisters and brothers. So what do you do then? Either this what I do. Either you go back to the side that you got on the yard, or you breed both ways. You could tap in on the other side, because you don't know which side is gonna give it to you. So you breed both ways. All right, prime example. I'm gonna give you about like Frisco pedigree. If you look at Frisco mom, she was bred directly to Chinaman. But then if you look at her sister, was bred to it was a sister or mama, was bred to Commander Whitehead, then back to Chinaman. You see what I'm saying? They took 2 littermate sisters now. If I'm correct, they took 2 littermate sisters, one to Chinaman, they took one to Commander right here with the Bolio, and they bred it back to Chinaman. They created Frisco. You see what I'm saying?
Let me ask you something.
Go ahead.
What was Tom's method? Why was he so successful with the red boy dogs that he bred to?
Well,
introducing him to his line.
All right. Well, I believe, first of all, he already had insight of seeing the Cottenham dogs directly for direct Cottenham. All right. But here's why his dogs are more successful than other red boy dogs. His red boy dogs got the key on it. They got Chinaman on bottom. He got Chinaman on bottom. Matter of fact, they got Chinaman and a little Spike, but Spike is also Chinaman's uncle, so it's the same. Heavy on after Molly down there. Because I think Gunner's Cherry might have the Spike again in it. But here's the thing. When you take that, they got enough Eli there to keep the dogs right. Everybody else, they do a red boy on top of red boy. Okay, that's fine and dandy. But to breed them dogs and add a little out to it, then go back heavy on it, you know, this what you can get. Like, let's talk about, let's say it's a Tab. Before, huh?
What you said something real deep and profound about Tab that a lot of people they overlooked it because they so focused on Tab.
All right, let's say about Tab. Tab, Jeep son. Tab is basically a red boy type dog. Everybody, oh, Jeep red boy. No. Louis Kobe said it way before he died. Tab is over 70-some% from the Kobe line. Hey, shut it up, shut it up, shut it up. Tab is over 70-some% from the Kobe line. They be like, oh, come on, dog. Red boy, everybody know red boy come from a Kobe line. Everybody know Finley Bow was a pure Kobe dog. They started hitting real big magic from Tab. Jeep did his thing, but Tab went on his own, created a line of dogs. So when you take Tab and put them back on Jeep dog, what you just did, you just add more what? Kobe or red boy, right?
That's right. And you stated too also, man, that Tab was his breeding success was just based on the bitches he was bred to.
Yeah. Listen, let's say about Jeep. Let's say about Jeep. You got Jeep and you got Charlie, two great individuals. They say Charlie was better than Jeep. And the people want to know, why didn't Charlie produce like Jeep? Well, it's easily. Jeep was owned by one man and Charlie was owned by another man. They was not owned by James Crenshaw.
So they're bred different.
They was gonna be bred different. Now, if they were bred by the same man to the same bitches, then you'll probably hear a different story on who producing the best. Hey, shut up.
Now y'all see the logic, and you know, I'm telling you, the less a dog is studied out, the stronger his strain gonna be 20 years down the road.
Yeah, but see, you can. People say, "Oh, he bred the 5-6 female." Oh, Frisco bred 20,000 female. That's why. Let me ask you something. If you got a dog that's producing high rate bull dogs, why would you keep it pinned up? Why would you keep it pinned up? That's just like your son. He's the best football player, best basketball player in his league where he live in. Why are you gonna keep him sheltered away from everybody? But instead of letting the world see him glow. So with the reason why you hear of the Maydays, the Jeeps, because other people was not selfish. Man, I can tell you about 10 goddamn grand champions within this year. Within this year, would never shine because now they dead. Why? Wrong, in the wrong hands.
In the wrong damn hands, man.
In the wrong hands. And it's so selfish, they didn't want the other man to get them. Oh, I don't want to be going into my own stuff. Man, let me tell you something, man. Sooner or later, you can't keep 20 and 40 dogs every goddamn litter. Well, I agree once a year. So once a year, so you mean to tell me you got 10 pups out of one litter and you got acres. And here's the thing, you got 10 pups and you don't have not one goddamn winner on your yard in 10 years. So that means to tell me it ain't the dog, it's you. Ain't nothing wrong with them damn dogs. It's you. You got a fucked up eye. That's real. Wow. You know, because we all know if you could put something in somebody else's hand, it could be a gold mine in the next man's hand compared against the man's hands is in. But some people think they the best thing since sliced bread. And the truth of the matter is this. You gotta humble yourself and say, you know what, man? Maybe it is all better in that man's hand than my hand. That's what I mean? You know, you say you're a keep man, you're a good keep man, but your work haven't been showing you're a poor keep man. You know, because you're not getting the results that you should be getting. Oh, the dogs are trash. The dogs ain't trash. You trash. And some of these guys hate the minute they tell their homeboy, yeah, man, hey, bro, this, that. That's why I got who I deal with.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, if you're not honest with yourself when it comes to this right here, why you here? First of all, you got to ask yourself, why are you here? I'm here for the legacy of this breed. You know, so legacy for me is long lasting. Not see, first of all, this is where they get messed up. They say I'm a dog man. Here's the thing. They say I'm a dog man. A dog man could be anybody. Anybody that raise dogs, breed dogs. You can breed coon dogs. You're a dog man.
You're a dog man.
You're a dog man. It's the upkeep of an animal. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm a dog man. Oh, he's a complete dog man. So how is he a complete dog man? Because he only do one thing with the dogs. He can't raise puppies. He don't know how to breed them. He don't know how to do this. He don't know how to get in the box. He don't know how to do nothing. He don't know every aspect to do. See, the thing about a dog man is this. A dog man can tell you. He's constantly learning and developing and evolving as a dog man. You see what I'm saying? Tom Garner every day learns something different. And
Always
I guarantee you, when I say this, right, if he hear it, he gonna say, you know what? He's not telling a lie. Because every animal is an individual and they're gonna do different stuff to different ones. Tam and Charlie were two different individuals now. Two different individuals, two brothers, but way two different styles.
Deep in Charlie.
And in different hands, one produces different than the other one. That's why you see more Jeep dogs than Charlie dogs. Why? Because one person didn't hardly sell dogs off Charlie. The other one, he sold dogs off a Jeep. It's a difference.
Did they?
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's big difference.
I'm going to have to give me another beer.
Man,
I'm walking in the house to get me a beer.
Man, look, man, I tell you the same thing I tell Jay, but you do too much.
Say what?
So you done said a whole lot. Yeah, look, man, like we was talking about, just the most important trait of a dog game. And I was talking about the Eli dog. And I was telling you about some extremely game Eli dogs that I've seen. You know,
Right.
like Team Sharp Gacho, RIP, 2-time winner. He was the buddy dog. These were some super game. I'm talking about these dogs just as game as any red boy dog you can name, or any Bolio dog or tune dog you can put on the line.
And I agree with you.
Be there 3 hours, I'm right there. And you could be skull dragging, and I'm going like I'm winning.
I agree with you. You know, the myth is Eli dog is 35, 45 minute curve. Right? So here's the thing. Then whoever tell you this, you need to evaluate that man as a bulldogger. Because real people out in the woods and in the field, they gonna tell you something different. You feel what I'm saying? So people who goes by hearsay and people who goes by eyesight, it's totally different. People, I done seen it. I done seen. So you seen everything in the world, right? So it's, hey, baby. I'm on the podcast, baby. I'm on the podcast.
Hey, you know one thing I noticed, man? You caught them white old biter dogs at they prime too.
Well, I met a white guy, and I met a white guy that he was selling some dogs on the internet, right? And everybody joked, "Oh, them dogs look like Labradors and everything," right? I looked at the pig, and I looked at the dog. I said, "Well, I like dog with big ears. Big ears sometimes mean give me a big head. Don't mean it because he got a big head, he gonna have a good mouth. But My Ringo dog right here, man, he probably produced more better dogs than a lot of people do. The only reason why I haven't been breeding him much because he been hitting and missing. So we got him right now on sperm up and everything, trying to, you know, get him right and before we can free some stuff up off him. You know what I mean? And you know, people so fast to run to the internet to try to see this, that. Internet can be the death for everybody if you don't know how to manage it in the right way. You know, because everybody out here being, I'm telling you, they be like that nigga Brick Baby them like that on that motherfucking podcast, telling all the goddamn business, and the whole time them fella Raleigh sitting there watching every goddamn thing. You got to you got to respect the game for what it is. Just like if you was a dope boy, you don't want everybody in your neighborhood knowing you're a dope boy. But here's the thing: today, dope boy want everybody to know who he is. So guess what? When the feds come knocking, oh, nigga, snitch on me. No, nigga, you told on your goddamn self. You know what I mean? So, with these dogs, learn from the motherfucker that's sitting back. You know what I mean? Because the people sitting back, they're sitting back for a reason. And I'm really basically, I'm talking to some old head, but mostly the younger generation. You know what I mean? We don't need you in that motherfucker doing 40, 50 goddamn years behind some bullshit. You know what I mean? And your partner, them, they ain't gonna send you nothing on commissary. They might send it on commissary once or twice, but they ain't gonna send it to you.
That's true now.
But I'm gonna say this though.
I gotta run to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah. But I'm gonna say this though, man. You know, you got everybody got a strand of dog, whether it's Boyos, Red Boy Jocko, this, that. If you look behind all those great dogs, you might see Eli dogs. But also, if you look behind an Eli dog, you might see Red Boy Jocko, Bulls, or something. So that's telling you, don't be kennel blind. You can grab something over here from this man's yard to add to your yard if you like it. But you don't have to breed 100% his dogs. Take a trait that you're trying to add into your gene pool. Once you see that, which you like, and then you put your stuff back on top to continue to better your line. Because at the end of the day, it's not about that man line. It's like Tom Garner, El Negro dogs, right? Tom Garner got his El Negro dogs. Game Plan Kennel got Game Plan Kennel El Negro dogs. Other people got their other El Negro dogs. Because once you out those dogs to another different gene pool, it's no longer Mr. Garner. Also, if you get 2 dogs from Mr. Garner, that's still not Tom Garner dogs no more. Why? Because Tom Garner's thought process and how he would have did that breeding probably would have been way different than breeding 2 dogs together. You know, from that family of dog. So as respect, you know, once you learn what you like on those dogs and everything, run with it. Whether it's Boyles, Red Boy Jocko, Turtle Buster, I hate to keep to say all these old ass names, Boomerang, because these dogs they don't exist no more. All right. Only reason why we could say El Negro was close to 20 years ago. Right? He had double bred sons that just died. We could say Dexter there. We could leave El Negro out the way. We could say Bobby Peru there. We could leave these dogs. You know what I'm saying? We could let them, the old heads die. But people can't, the only reason why they can't let it go, because they don't know nothing else. Nobody haven't made a strand of dogs, the new strand of dogs today, using those type of bloods. Everybody, I guess he's still in the bathroom, you know. So I wish I could answer any questions and everything, but I can't right now because I wouldn't be able to see him. But ain't gonna be long. I'll be great to get off this. But anyway, I would tell anybody who's dealing with these dogs to be patient, believe in you and your ability to make a great family of dogs. Don't throw away your time away with these dogs, because every time with these dogs are precious, just like with your family. Make every breeding that you do meaningful to you and to the person who might get one of your, you know, be lucky enough to get one of your animals. You know what I mean? Because me, anybody out here might want to one day want to add your gene pool to our lines of dogs.
You were talking about we talking about Eli dogs still. You were
Right.
talking about Joe Blue.
Right. I got a partner that seen a Boudreaux dog, you know, out in Texas, and he say he's 100% man. And so here's the thing. Prime example. Everybody know Mr. Floyd has been down and out for a long time. But here's the thing. When people say, oh, you can get, oh, them dogs gonna be trash, they're gonna be this, man. Everybody forgot the #1 thing to these dogs. And that is a good bulldog is where you find it. It's where you find it. You might find it walking down the street. It's where you find it. Don't get tricked up and lost all because this man ain't doing what you do. Don't mean he can't give you a good bulldog. Like for me, when I breed my dogs, I know what I want in my dogs. That's the difference for me to a lot of other people. When Tom breed dogs, he know what he want in his dogs. When Crenshaw and all them people bred dogs, they know what they wanted in their dogs.
Vendetta. Did you ever get it back from her? Yeah.
So you know,
Hey,
you know, go ahead.
hey, why is that Ghana that Ghana boys cross so deep?
The Ghana's Bulls cross. Well, look, Tom said it in his thing. He said they got the similar genetic makeup. And I'll tell anybody like Tom. See, Tom gives the game to people, right? See, when I was learning, I was in, you know, I studied for myself, right? I was a student for myself. Nobody ain't give me the game, so I had to learn the old-fashioned way with my hands on, eyesight on, and research it on my own. And I'm gonna tell you something. A pedigree, what did it do to you? It'll have you look at that bitch 10,000 ways. Let me tell you why. Because every way you're gonna learn something different. And then you're gonna read it from once you learn to read it from front to back to front, then you're gonna learn, yeah, you gotta go back there to where it started. They know where you're heading to. Oh, the people you might hear people on your face, on your thing say, oh, the Mayfield dogs and all them dogs, they don't exist anymore. They don't exist, but they do exist. Your granddaddy been dead. But his grandkids got their sticker cutting up one day, got there and so look similar. His great grandkids look. So don't throw away the past, but use it. You know, I tell you, look, don't allow the blind to keep leading the blind. If you blind already, don't let that motherfucker right beside you keep leading you the same goddamn way. He blind. It don't make sense.
So, Mr. Wheeler, for those that everybody that's late coming into the chat, I'm talking to the man right here, Mr. L. If you can't get to Tom, get to him and ice him. And
Yeah,
guess what? His word just as solid as Tom. But
man,
but,
like
how
I
many y'all can sit here and say, listen, how many y'all can sit here and say, yeah, damn right. I got evolution dogs, but they ain't evolution dogs though.
yeah.
He got and I got mine.
Yeah.
And
Tom
guess what?
got his El Negro dogs, and I got my El Negro dogs.
Even though you got yours, he got his. Guess what?
Yeah.
You put them together, they all still consistent with the family.
Exactly. I tell anybody, if you get a dog from Tom Gunner, and if you're looking for a good out or something like that, you want to try game plan kennel dog, they add to it. Why? Because Tom Gunner, he just switched up on a little stuff lately, but most of Tom Gunner dogs are they're inbred to the max. So, not saying that you won't get the performance you're looking for. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if you know how to bring the family in within the Magnet, Chatham, and blend a family, either with a touch of Bolio or Red Bull or Bulls, however you feel fit to your gene pool. You know what I mean? To develop the next generation. See, at the end of the day, Tom would tell you like it's not about him. It's not about me. It's about these dogs. And when you know your family of dogs, which you're lacking in your gene pool, you develop it. You know what I mean? But if as a smart breeder, I tell you this, like Tom said, breed for the future. If you breed for the future, you enjoy it now. But if you breed for the future, you're gonna already enjoy it now. Why? Because the breeds that you're doing, they're gonna take care of your future and they're gonna take care of you now at the same time.
Hey, Mr. Wheeler, man, if you go into your settings, I think you can pull up the chat where you can see the chat where you can know if anybody got any questions they want to ask.
I don't know where to hit on this. Chat. So it's chat, right?
Y'all got any questions you want to ask, man? I'm telling you, man. Now is the time.
Hold on.
Now is the time. Y'all got any questions y'all want to ask this man? About anything pertaining
to anyone in the studio.
Y'all put it in the chat, and I ask them.
All right, I guess I put it right.
Can you see the chat now?
Oh, okay. I see comments.
Yeah.
All right, chat. Okay. It said, bro is a beast, no cap. It said salute. All right, salute my brother. All right, hunt him down. So if anybody, let me say, I'm trying to say, Pro said, what's up? Okay, you have to go out with it. All right, this dude right here said you got to go out with it, right? Show on stage. It ain't doing it right for me.
Okay, don't worry about it, man. If the question come, man, look, I'm gonna ask him. You might have hit the wrong button. You can come back in with the link. Let me see. Let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. Uh-oh. My bad. Uncharged feeling. Don't you have to let. Okay. Just hit the link again. You can come right on back in. Hit the link again. Just go back to the link. It'll bring you back in. Okay, now let me see something. Okay, let me see. I just seen something. I'm sitting there watching you talk. Okay, let me see. Oh wow, let me see. Just a second. Let me see. Do I gotta log in? Yeah, log in again. That's all you gotta do. Shit, I'm already on it. Okay, now let me see what happened. Hold on. Let me go back to it again. Cause I hit some shit. Cause no, when you go back in, they're gonna tell you to enter the studio, and I'll bring you back on. All right, hold on. Let me go back to what we was at. Let's see. Oh, you sent that to me on. All right, here we go. In your text messages. I got you. Hold on. I'm still here. All right,
Yo.
yeah,
I
you see it.
apologize about that. You know, I'm not used to all that technology type stuff.
It happens.
But so tell anybody that they're looking for me to touch anything to try to see what they, they accent, they got to go through you because I don't know about all that stuff.
Don't even worry about it.
When you've been away for so long, you don't know all that computerized shit.
Where did he go? What is that? No. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, for sure, man. I tell you, man, your knowledge, man, when it comes to look, you know your shit, man. If you've been dealing with it all these years, you better.
Yeah, what I mean? It's, and I tell everybody, man, it's a passion for me. It's something that I love to do. And these dogs, what I'm saying, if it's something you love, if you're in a relationship, you're in a business, you're gonna try to put your all into it. You know what I mean? If you're not trying to put nothing into your relationship or your business that you're trying to do right, it's all gonna fall. The same thing with these dogs. These dogs are just not a thing for me. This is a life thing. You know what I mean? So people who might be around a person, man, they could get out of this thing today tomorrow. I'm gonna die with it.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean? I'm gonna die with it. Man, I remember when I came home from the system. When I came home from the system, my mom wanted to take a picture. Right? She said, "Go in the backyard and grab one of your dogs." You know what I mean? So she knew a picture won't right without me having one of my dogs. You see what I'm saying? So it just goes to show you, man, if you real about you, man, you can succeed. You can be successful, in this thing. And as for history, we make history every day. Let's keep it real. It ain't no Black History Month and all that shit, man. That shit don't faze me, man. I make history every day I'm breathing.
That's what I'm telling you now, man. As long as you waking up.
Yeah, every day I'm breathing, I make history, man. You know what I mean? Because God will bless me, another day, on this earth. So all the brothers that are out there, man, you got it. Everybody got it. It ain't nothing special about Tom. It's nothing special about me. It won't nothing special about Maurice Carver. Now, all we do is this. We love what we do. It's our passion. It's our calling card.
Here go one coming on the right here for you. A question right here.
It said, what's the best ham have you seen in your lifetime, brother? Well, I can't. I can speak on the ham, but if I speak on the ham, I gotta speak on the camp. So it's so hard to be able to say that when these people are still 100%.
If you want to, you can do the abbreviation because hell, this is for strictly entertainment purposes only.
All right. So what I'm gonna say, I seen a dog called Balls.
No.
Listen, I'm gonna say this. I seen a dog called Balls go, right? He was one of the great ones. And he was a 4-timer. And the camp that had him, man, he had a style out of this world. He had an alligator road to him. So people who would see this, he was one of the great ones that I like, right?
What was the style?
He had an alligator roll to him because when he'll get down, you think you got him, this motherfucker will roll like an alligator and twist it. He could be in your throat and just roll and tear it out you. And so he had a style about him that was so unique. But you'd never hear about. He still got offsprings out there, that's climbing the charts. But he was one of the great ones,
right?
Because. I can say dogs that I don't own and everything that did justice. You see what I'm saying? But to speak on other people's hounds, to show their hounds worth the same as mine, but to see certain styles to where damn near unbeatable type styles. You see what I'm saying? And like some of the great ones of today that y'all motherfuckers see on Facebook, for historical purposes only. I don't witness, and I know a lot of those folks. You know what I mean? But we as people, we got to continue to be careful and
name and reputation of the innocent.
Yeah, because I'm telling you, like, you motherfucker here, boy, they ain't playing no game.
Boy, when you told me about this dude, he was so careful. Whenever he made a transaction, they went out into the ocean and went under the water and talked.
hey, them niggas was serious, dog. Them motherfuckers say, boy, when back in the old days, say, boy, when they went to go there and do a robbery or something, they gonna make sure that other nigga right there is he right. They said, man, that motherfucker make sure that nigga ain't had no wire or nothing on it, because this people don't understand. This is the same game as the dope game. People telling on all sides. It's the same game. It's the same game. It's the same game.
Well, just like you saying, man, expect people to come to a rollout to look at dog.
Hey, man, hey, I'll tell you like it is, bro. Hey, don't be a fool. Don't be a fool. Just learn. Learn how to move. That's all I can tell you. Learn how to move. Real bad boys move in silence. They don't need to have a goddamn entourage with them.
I call them groupies.
Yeah, hey. And then put it on Facebook to get a whole bunch of likes for your ass to end up in the penitentiary. For what?
The homeboy in the clique who can't even read a pedigree, but he the loudest one at the venue.
Hey, that nigga right there, he gonna get you caught up.
He can't name one famous dog. But he the loudest one at the venue. Selling out.
Because he ain't got a dog. So if he ain't got a hound, why is he there? Because he got $1 in his pocket?
Wow.
Make it make sense. So because he got $1 in his pocket, so you can give your life up because that nigga just because he got $1 in his pocket.
Right.
So everybody took it away from the hounds to the just because the dollar.
That's real now.
And the reason why a lot of old folks today don't respect a lot of bullshit that's going on today, because it ain't about the hound no more. It's about the gamble.
And guess what? It's keeping us away from a lot of great dogs.
Yes. It's, everybody, oh, you can't reach that ticket. You can't reach that ticket. Man, let me tell you something. And the truth will be told. Because you put $100,000 on a motherfucker, do you know how many great motherfucking grand champions got beat by the first time out dogs?
Wow.
Got beat by the first time out dog.
you know, I did an interview with Stone City Jesse, man, and you know, he broke down to the whole world the chat, man, you know, about you know, the Night of Champions.
Man,
And
listen, man, you just
they
gotta
came through there and raided. They raided the venue, and a
yeah.
lot of great dogs never went home that night. Only person walked out that trailer with all of his dogs after talking to them people was Chico Lopez.
Because he was probably already, I'm hold on, matter of fact, I'm gonna back up off that because I'm not gonna say that he probably was. It is what it is. Y'all just could go ahead and look at it for what it's worth. You know what I mean? But
Kind of big.
you know,
Yeah,
some things, you know, is worthy of speaking on, and some things I don't give a shit about. First of all, I don't run Chico Lopez dogs.
right.
All right. I run game plan kennel dogs. All right. And the next man, the yard they got, they don't run Chico Lopez dog. They run their dogs. That's what they got to get. This what society got to get in the head. But you can use the best of Chico Lopez. You can use the best of Tom Garner. You could Ronald Boyles, he's retired. But you can't even call Ronald Boyles dogs no more. I don't want to hear nobody keep talking about, I got Boyles dog. Nigga, when the last time Ronald Boyles made a breeding? If you ain't get the last little shit, because Ronald Boyles just shut down his yard last year.
That's right. The last dog he had, he put a bullet in him because he tried to bite him.
You know what I mean? So here's the thing. If you ain't get the last couple of dogs from Ronald Boyles, you ain't got Boyles dogs. You got this man dog or that man dog. Let's start saying it for what it is. If that man got a family of dogs sitting on his yard, you know what I mean, and he's breeding it his way, they're not considered Boyles dogs.
Right.
Because Ronald Boyles did not put the thought process in them dogs. All right. Tom Garner do not breed game plan kennel dogs. Now, if I had to ask Tom Garner any questions on these dogs, we would conversate. If I had to ask him about medicine or something like, I would not ask Mr. Garner any illegal questions.
Right.
Because that's out of respect. Because first of all, if I'm dealing with that man, I only want one goddamn thing.
You know that good dogs too. I got your phone number. I call it Eric. We game plan kennels, man. Hey man, my name John.
No, sir.
In the clean the dead game.
Hey, I'm gonna shut it down, dog. Because here's the thing: that what these people doing, and these young dudes, they don't understand.
I'm looking
this
for
right here. The feds, them boom. As soon as you say this, that, and they call a person. Oh boy, I want a dog for this. You know what? I block them off top. I block them.
Y'all better take heed now. Take heed. Don't.
At the end of the day, you saying that you selling a dog for illegal purposes. I'm gonna block you. Period. I don't give a fuck. You got that. You got $1 billion. You fuck. I'm blocking you. You ain't putting me in the goddamn catch-22 with these folks. I'm gonna block you. Your circle of people who you play with is your people. I don't need to know nothing about your goddamn thing what you doing with your people.
Y'all better ask my man.
If it was meant for me to know about you and your people, I would find out about it. But that's just like you telling a nigga who your plug is in the motherfucking streets. You feel what I'm saying?
Duh.
So, you know what I mean? I'm just keeping it real. See, the difference between me, Mr. Garner, and all us, right? I mean, I'm gonna put it down to you.
Right.
I talk to our people, which is black, white, and everybody that's come from the streets the same way I came from. That's where I talk. But I try to watch what I say to make sure that I'm not putting myself in harm's way. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So here's the thing is this. I'm not gonna throw no technical stuff at you about this gene pool, this gene pool, that gene pool, this gene pool, this gene pool. All right. Knowing what you're breeding for. Knowing that when you bring the family dogs to home in on these certain traits. If you're not doing none of this right here, and you're doing a lot of scatter breeding, yes, you're gonna get some great ones every now and then. But when you come back to breed the scatter bred son of a bitch, which why that ain't working?
Wow.
But why is all the old folks back in the day shit working? Everybody running the local Lopez. Why is shit working? You know why? Because he breeding them dogs on their yard. Then he'll run over to old boy over here, add a little bit, then he going back to their yard. Why Tom go? Oh, he'll run over here, but he'll bring it back. Why they, bro? It's a method been working for over 100 years.
Wow.
Over 100 years, but the new generations of people, old and new, wants to sit there and tell you, oh, they ain't doing that in Russia. How the fuck you know what they doing in Russia? You over there with them? Oh, they ain't doing that over there in Mexico. How you hell you know what they doing in Mexico? Are you over there with them? You don't even know what the hell they sending you.
Wow.
Let's be honest. You don't know what they sending you. Oh man, them my people. Man, come on, dog. If you listen,
No, they looking at all the and reading international show winners.
Listen, Tandem just started showing the females bred to the males. They didn't used to do that. They didn't never used to show the females and the males been bred together. You feel me? You feel what I'm saying? Within this year alone, they started doing it more, showing the females and males bred together. You see what I'm saying? And over there in Mexico, and then Russia, they can send you whatever. I'm not saying they ain't sending you the right dog, but I'm saying is this, bro, you got a lot of money playing up in them games. 20, 30,000. Huh? Them people ain't got never worry about seeing you again or dead in your damn life.
There you go, Eric, right there. There you go.
All right, what'd he say? He said, ask Eric's opinion on the blacker dogs. Well, I got a son of Bushwick Bill.
Brandon.
Huh?
I was just speaking to Brandon Davis, boy. Salute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yes, sir. I got a son of Bushwick Bill right here, right now. And I'm gonna tell you, when I bred the Bushwick Bill, four offsprings made in all 4 males, and they still young. But let me tell you this, and I can't just say it for the Bushwick Bill dog, because you gotta start something. My pups at 3 to 4 months old anyway. Because otherwise somebody ain't gonna make it. Period. I'm gonna tell you that now. But the Bushwick Bill, and I can't speak on all blacker dogs, and I can't speak on every breeding that Tom do. Cause understand, I went with my bitch and bred to him. I didn't buy my meal from Tom. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather breed to the best bulldogs in the world.
But just like you were telling me today, hey, look, if 9 times out of 10 you go do a breeding and you go buy a dog, you buying it from one of the kennel hands anyway.
Now he asked about a Kuma. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be honest about a Kuma. I bred the Kuma 5 times, and 2 times it didn't take. Right? So when you ask about a Kuma, right? Why did I breed to him 5 times? That's something you got to think about. You say, it might be something, but don't think it's just about that male. It might be my bitch. You see what I'm saying? It might be my bitch. So just don't think about it that way. Akuma, hey bro, I really like Akuma, but I like Bushwick Bill too. Listen. Every dog I bred to Bushwick Bill. Now I bred to Bushwick Bill. I got a son of Kemosabe here. I got plenty of Dexter daughters. I got a son of Bruce. I got shit. Who else I'm missing? I'm missing somebody on the goddamn yard. Hold on. NASCAR. I bred to NASCAR. Put it this way. Every dog I bred to him, I had to like him for a specific reason.
Man, listen.
You know what I mean?
get in the front seat with Tom, man, like that, man? Be honest.
And here's the thing: I bred to those dogs because they exhibit a
Oh,
trait that I wanted enhanced in my dogs. You see what I'm saying? I started out with a wild side dog
right.
to Dexter. Then I started out with a wild side Boudreaux dog to a Kuma. Then I took 2 half sisters and did the thing. So my genetic plan, because I already seen what mines did on this side of the spectrum, and what those dogs did on that side, they did this the same similar trait. What I'm looking for, that mouth and everything I'm looking for my dogs. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not telling about it. No, don't go breathe to that dog. Don't go breathe. Look, dog. Only way you would know if you're gonna like something or dislike something if you don't try it. How you don't like you don't how you know you don't like steak if you never ate steak? You know, the homeboy they can have something, and you seen something you might took a distaste out your mouth, but you might go over there and get the brother, and your brother way better than his. So when he does it, look as raw. So Bushwick Bill, a nice male, say he's the top male of Tom. Well, I'm gonna say this. How can you say he's the top male on Tom Yard and everyone on that yard weight is different?
Wow, he said some shit
Right?
then.
Their weight is different. So how can you say he is a great individual? Tom got a lot of great individuals on the yard. Can I say he's producing nice working stock? Yes. But I can say that about his whole yard too. You know, people don't think about Tom got over 100 dogs out there. So when you go out there, you don't even think about the dogs that is not being posted. That might be better, twice as better. They don't get the shine because these dogs with these certain accolades, they get a better shine. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. That I don't know if it's true or not. There's a myth. There's some people that claim they've actually been there and seen this and brought it to my attention. What's up with the dogs that Tom had closer to the house and the dog with the yellow collars on and the dog with the red collars on?
Get the hell out of here, man. Some of them people probably were dogs that other people have owned. Either came from other people up there for to be bred or they was going to be sold.
So it's almost like you going through a program, and when you get to a certain stage, you get a certain tag on your arm. That's
Listen,
it.
Here's the thing. If you come to a man yard, right, and the man got this color, this color, this color, this don't mean that, man. That all that little stuff like that don't mean nothing. I've been out there. I've been up there probably more time than you could shake a goddamn fist at. Motherfucker said, look, that damn near like my second home. If Tom Garner yard man was on the thing right now, they'll tell you, say, listen, that man he's been there. I've been there before. They got that time you put the pins up. Them big pins, I remember got that El Negro and Roscoe and Champion Hickory was all in the same goddamn right there on the thing. I remember with Biscuit was on the yard. So when these people say, they try, oh, he gonna sell you the right dog. Number one, nigga, you buying a pup. If you buying an older dog, you buying it right then and there. So nobody can switch those switcheroos up on you. If you're buying a dog, you're buying it right then and there. Come on. Oh, he switched the dog. How the fuck he switch the dog in 2 minutes? You got the cash in your pocket and you walking out the fence with the dog. The man walk you to each pen, tell you just what the yard mans do. They walk you to each individual pen, tell you about the dogs and the genetics, everything. If you like it, you get that. If not, they keep walking you around the yard. You still taking a tour to what you see and what you don't like. You know what I mean? I get phone calls about Tom Yard. Right, I got 15% that my phone would die. I get phone calls about Tom, y'all. People ask me, "Oh, what should they get?" Right? And they ask me about certain strands of stuff. Right? I don't mind because to me, Tom, my peoples. You feel what I'm saying? I don't listen. I'm not gonna try to shit on the man, this, that, and third. No, if you ask me about the haystack dog, this, that, and I'm gonna tell you what Tom said. And I'm gonna tell you what I seen on certain one high pre-drive motherfuckers. Is it good or bad? That's it in the dog. You know what I mean? But hey, look, I'm gonna have to salute y'all guys, man, because battery running low and everything. But you
Hey,
know,
next time that you come on, I want you to talk about what you feeding your dogs and how you keeping them healthy.
oh, okay,
Okay.
shit, ain't nothing but that damn value pack, dog. that damn value pack. You feel me?
Hey, before
But
you go, let me
okay,
make a statement. What I I strongly feel about, and what I've heard through a few good sources, the success rate of your dogs. Okay, your dog that you breeding. I'm not talking about what Tom got. The dogs
uh huh,
coming off hard. That's going into responsible hands. Okay,
right.
the success rate, the
Well,
percentage is
all
high.
I can say about game plan kennel dogs, we got a program that I'm constantly staying on top of every day, and I'm constantly trying to work it. And I believe in the old school thing. I love the Maverick Chinaman Niggerino cross, and with doing so, I use the best. Not on the hill, the best that I feel. Not
Hey,
because the next man said it's the best that I feel that's going to represent game plan kennel dogs. Because if they don't represent my yard the way I want to do, I got to know. You know what I mean?
hey,
And
when I first called you on the phone, you said, "Hey, I got some good news today." I said, "You mind sharing?" He said, "A friend of mine said, hey, uh, prospect man, he's doing pretty good. He's happy with him."
well, what I said was this. I said I got great news today from a fellow partner that say, hey, one, he's shining. He's shining. You know what I mean? So if he's shining, continue to shine.
Continue to shine.
Continue to shine. Elevate, elevate. You elevate in the right way. You know what I mean? So, because that word prospect, to them folks out there means a certain type of thing. So sometimes you gotta, you know what I mean? Yeah, but man, hey, look, so you call me anytime, family, you know what I mean? And we chop it up on. But
I
I
like
salute to you. I salute to
and
hey,
look right now, hey, I'm
huh?
I'm in I'm on a 50 state game dog tour.
Yeah.
And I'm talking to the game, I'm talking to bulldogs all across the country.
Yeah.
Because this is how we find out about the dogs.
Hey, look, man. Hey, look. Here's the thing. I salute to every man that's out there trying to make their dream come true. All I ask for any man like this right here, be careful. Don't do nothing that's gonna jeopardize your safety, the dog's safety, or anybody else's safety.
Please, man.
Be a wise man. Be a wise man, not a blind man. You know what I mean? And everybody business ain't nobody. Everybody business. You feel what I'm saying? What you do is what you do. You know what I mean? And
Hey,
so I salute.
I want you to make a game again, bro.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you something that your brother should have tell you, your daddy should have tell you. That's how I talk.
What is
I
that?
might be your uncle. I might be your uncle, your brother, your cousin. Because guess what? That's what they should be telling you. You feel what I'm saying? So that's how I talk. When people call me, I keep it real. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. But if somebody call me straight off the dick and start asking me the wrong questions, I'm shutting you down. I don't give a fuck who you is.
That's it.
You know
That's
what I
it.
mean?
That's it.
Watch your circle. Continue. Major success out there for everybody out there. And Major success for you, my brother. Keep doing what you're doing. I salute you on your podcast and everything.
Keep your
I'm out of here, y'all.
circle, man.
Thank you, my brother.
Material, they don't belong in there. That's how small your circle got to be.
Hey, you got that right. Hey.
Get a hula hoop, and whoever you want to get that hula hoop, that's it.
All right. Hey, talk to y'all next time.
We love you.
Peace.
Out.
All right, peace, my brother.
Yes, sir. Boy, look here. I'm the real deal when it comes to doing this here, man. I don't play. I am the real deal. You know? You better believe it. You better believe it, man. Look, hey, but that's not it. Man, I'm telling you, man. You know, it's 4% of a down, man. But look, this man go in on these Eli dogs, man. He knows. Man, that brother knows, man. I'm not taking nothing away from nobody else, but he knows. He knows he was there. He know he know he was there. He bred it. He worked it. And it's working. It's working, man. This shit is working. You know? This is what we do. This is what we do. But I'm gonna tell y'all, man, hey, man, my phone percentage just down as low as his is. But I wanted to bring y'all something, of impact, something that's useful, something that you can implement into your philosophy when it comes to breeding these dogs and maintaining a great family of dogs. So with that being said, like, I'm gonna tell y'all, man, I didn't come in like this, but hey, I'm telling y'all something. I'm gonna go out like this. I'm gonna go out like this, man. I got to. And we gonna keep them coming. We gonna keep them coming. Y'all know somebody that don't mind, coming on chat with Pro? Y'all let me know. And I call him, we'll sit in the back room, we'll sit in the back street, and we'll chop it up. We'll chop it up, we'll continue. To make America game again and keep it game again. I promise you that there. Shout out to the legends, man. Everybody, man. Going Hard Twin, hey, Buck City, all y'all, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. Y'all continue to do y'all thing, man. I can't do this shit by myself. You know what I'm saying? We're all of you, hey, like he explained, all y'all got dogs from SCP, but guess what? They're not his dogs no more. Y'all doing y'all thing, but in the same sense, y'all keeping it consistent with everything was built on. You know what that is? Them 4 motherfuckers. Man, that's crazy. My mic was off the whole goddamn time. I was talking, my mic was off. My goddamn mic was off. Man, shit. My mic was off, but look, hey, me, man, look. I did this one time, and I'm known to do this. I be like, man, yes, I'm finna get rid of this and get rid of that. And look, guess what? 4 hours later, we still sit here talking. I don't even play. I don't play. I do this shit for real. I do this shit for real, man. When it comes to doing this, I do it for real. I do it for real. But like I said, in case, y'all didn't hear me, I know y'all didn't hear me, my mic was off. I was saying this. We all got to do our part. We got to do our part when it comes to this right here. Hey, 5 of y'all may have dogs from Florida, but guess what? They're not Florida dogs no more, and y'all doing y'all own thing with them. But guess what? Y'all doing something that y'all understand. Y'all understand the key. What is the key? Even though you're doing your own thing, make sure it's consistent with what that shit y'all using was built on. Make sure that it's consistent. Keep it real. Keep it real. It's a damn shame you got to go ask another country, another camp with your blood, with your family dog outside of this country for gameness. You got to go ask, and you got to go to Mexico begging for mouth. You shouldn't have to do that. You shouldn't have to do that. Gain understanding of the gene of the gene pools, man, that you're using, the family. Y'all keep it real. You know, keep it real. This is what we doing. You know, this is what we doing. This is what it's all about. It's not about Pro. It's not about me. It's not about J-Bo, Twin, and none of us. You know, it's about these goddamn dogs. You know, so with that, man, I tell y'all, man, you know, I'll be back. You know, hey, look, if y'all know of anybody out there, man, in that game, or was in the game, that don't mind talking to Pro and you got a little story to tell, my phone number, y'all got it? Call me. We'll sit in the back street, we'll chat it up, we'll talk, and then, hey, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. I want to hear from y'all. You know, I want to hear from y'all. So this is how we do it, man. You know, this is what it is. Did I ever upload this video clip? Did I upload this video clip? Let me see what I got. Oh, this is what I did. When earlier, I sent it to, let me see, let me look again. Browse. Three. Now, let me see. Did it go up there? Now, let me see. Why I keep doing this? You know, I keep, it keeps throwing me off. I was trying to share a video with y'all, like video that I had. Where's it at? I tell you what. Where's it at? Not video clips. Do I have it? How did I do that? Let me see something. Let me see. And did okay now. Oh, let me see. There it is. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Man, I'm telling you, I got to get that account back, man. I'm telling you, I had so many videos uploaded on it, man. A lot of interesting stuff, man, that I got to get back, man. I got to get back. Yeah, and in return, man, one more thing before I go, I get in touch with the ambassador. For those that know, they know the ambassador. I'm gonna bring him back on. You know, he has his dog transport, international dog transport, and he got a yard over there, and he's the same color I am. He got a yard overseas. You know, they like this man just that much. They gave him a couple acres and some good hounds. He raw him already. I'm gonna bring the ambassador back. So most of y'all that love, remember the ambassador and want to hear some more from him, we're gonna bring him on there. I'm gonna bring him on there. I'm gonna bring him on there. If I can track down the gentleman, I'm gonna bring him on here too, man. So with that, man, hey, I hope y'all keep y'all programs, straight, and stay focused on what y'all need to do, man. I'm telling you. Focus on what y'all need to do, and we're gonna continue to do this thing. Honor, salute, man. All of y'all. Much love. Much love. I gotta keep bringing that heat, man. I got to. Because if I don't, I'm just in the way. What that rhyme with? Don't that in the way? I ain't gonna say it, man. No disrespect. They know. I ain't gonna do it. You just in the way. If you ain't bringing the real, you just in the way. It rhyme with something. And I'm a rapper, and I can't even find out what it rhyme with, but they know. Wow.